We're back to it. Gonna take the front clip off the 1969 Sweptline crew cab. If you're new to the channel, this is going on a first gen Cummins chassis swap, blah, blah, blah. Gonna get this thing in the shop so we can put new rockers on it, new floor pans, already got that stuff in. So that's what's gonna happen in this video. Hope you guys are ready for some hot action.
Hot.
Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Oh!
All of those income centers, all the way around, all the way down.
Where's that extension in? So what we're doing, we're just taking the bolts out. NASCAR. Too bad NASCAR only has one single nut now. Y'all see that? Ain't even got 5 no more. What's the point of the pit crew? Ridiculous. Inners, for these inners of the fenders, bolts out of there. If you wonder how many, this is how many. That's stripping stuff. Nothing new.
These have nuts on them.
Nothing new. Oh, where are they? What do you guys think about that pretty tree on the shot? Think that needs to be cut down? Need an extension. On the bottom. Alright, bumper's gonna fall off. Check this out, it's got some words in there. Shot 5 lanes AB ASAP. Let's talk about this interior for a second. This thing was fancy. The white and the blue looks real nice. Blue dash pad, blue dash. Everything's blue. The white. Probably gonna redo the color scheme on this truck. Patinaed, painted, not for sure what's gonna happen. Let us know down in the comments below what you guys would like to see. They're really worried about the bottom of this fender. Not 1, but 2 bolts in there.
You cannot reach that. You have to have 6 feet long arms. Way up there. And they put a nut on it.
Oh man.
I found my wrench on this.
What was washing in there? Must be washing. What the heck? They're washing everywhere.
Hang on. My side come off. You did not get the bolts out.
Yeah, I didn't take them
Why
out.
is my side coming off?
I took both sides out. You can't say that.
Come on. Come on.
Can I just rip this?
Come on. Get out of here. Bitch. Bow! I'm not dead now. It's loose.
Where's that wasp at?
I don't know. They're all gone now. I beat the hell out of them.
You smacked that one. When we first picked this truck up, it's been about a year now. This thing was a pretty cool looking truck. Now it looks like a turd. We got the wrong colored bed, no front fenders, core support, grill, hood, none of that. But don't you worry, it's gonna look good here in about a few months. Kind of sad, but this was a power steering, power brakes truck. Did not have AC, but was a big block 383 truck. Well, now it's gonna be AC truck, power steering, power brakes, first gen Cummins 5.9. 94 millimeter turbos coming in the mail for it. Should be here never. One of the cool things about a truck that's been sitting for several decades, you never know what you might find. When we picked this thing up, I think it was sitting for like 32 years and it was a mess in here. There is a video when we first got it and going through it. Check it out if you haven't. Wheels and Deals, which is a local magazine that they did in Missouri for quite some time to sell cars. This is March 10th, 1988. And just going through this thing, some of the prices are crazy. Like An 85 Blazer, so 3 years old. $9,475. Just crazy cool stuff in here. Anyways, we gotta strip this interior down. We're gonna basically get it naked in here, take door panels off, seats, everything like that, so we can do these floorboards and get these rockers done without ruining anything. Under this floor here, look at this, all these old pull caps from the old sodas. Tons of these things. Neat stuff, just to see how things have changed. Got the seat out. Got a little bit of droppings from the mice. Nice wire brush. Clean your teeth with that. Mac Shack honey mustard. Look out. Honestly, this ain't too bad on the backside.
Yeah, just right there.
Yeah.
What's those?
Let's pull that up and see what that looks like under that.
Pull that up. Ooh, that's bad. She's crunchy.
Yeah, nice and crunchy back here. So this will probably be made from scratch here.
Yeah.
Got a bead roller, everything like that. Might get fancy with it, but this back part's not too bad actually. Stiff. So that's a plus compared to everything else being rotten. Woo! Piece of candy. There's all kinds of goodies in here. Here goes the 50th time of picking up a Sweptline bed. Crew cab is in the shop. That was very difficult. These mirrors, the OG tow mirrors, these things are so wide. In the shop, it barely fit from corner to corner. Luckily, we got to be able to push this in and got it in here. Now, we really got a full shop. Look at this. Got the chassis over here from the first gen. Got the crew cab. I mean, we need a bigger shop. I'm gonna pop these wheels off. Look at this rear end. Nice and wide. First gen Cummins rear end. Oh my goodness, it fits in the screen right here. That one you gotta do it back and forth. This one, no. So we're gonna take the wheels off, measure it, see how much different it is, because it is different.
What are we doing?
Taking these wheels off.
Why?
These ones, right-handed thread. Those ones on that side are opposite. These Dodge thought your wheels would fall off down the road.
Man, don't come off easy. Don't tear them up.
Alright, now we're going to measure this rear end. This one's going to be 4 inches wider, so we're going to have to run 22 wides on this truck. Where the wheel bolt's on here, we're about there.
Oh, it's only ½ inch.
Oh, ½ an inch. Golden. Optical illusion. We're just fine. So this one's ½ an inch wider or narrower?
Wider.
You know what else is wider?
Your mom's ass. Don't let this overlap that much. And same thing here, we'll let it overlap just a little bit. Smash that down, try to put this right on top of this and make that flush across there. We'll push that side down just a little bit. We'll get this pushed down a little bit here where this rocker fits. I think it'll be alright. Getting up inside there's gonna be fun.
Yep. So the plan is to cut wherever the black is here, all the way around, and use this lip and tuck that behind here, then drill holes in here, and we'll tack it throughout here on this original metal. This rocker should cover everything that's rusted here, except this little corner here. We'll have to make a little patch for that. And the floorboards, you'll see, they'll have this lip as well, so this will probably go since it's pretty destroyed right there. What is that up in there? What in the world is that? Alright, got the majority of it cut out. Right now just trimming out little sections that need to be gone.
This will all be cut out, but I just want a place to put that rocker back up too so I know where everything's at. Keep it all in line.
Hooking up the Flap Attack 3000, cleaned up behind this metal so we can weld on it. So right in this area, we're trying to get just the rocker here so we can take the new rocker and slide it in between this piece of metal so it'll be doubled up right there.
Behind here, but we also gotta go over this and over this. We're gonna have to slice here or here to get that slide over so we can go down and back and hopefully back forward and still be up behind this.
Just put this little cut in here so it could slide back. Trying to get the front in there now. On this channel, we're trying to be as real as possible. A lot of people just time lapse through this and I'll show you the struggle or anything like that. Then you're gonna go to your project and think, oh, I can do that easily. But it's not easy.
I'm gonna take off a little bit right here so it slides up where it needs to be to match up with that.
Check this out, guys. As you can see, the rocker we're putting in, it's looking much better with the door. From the factory, they had a huge overhang here all the way down for the rocker and the door. Granted, this door is kicking out a little bit here, as you can see, but still, this side's pretty right, and you can see that it overhangs there, and this rocker's following this door line much better. So, I think I might just go off of what looks best rather than what the factory body lines are here. And close the door here, looks pretty good actually. It's fitting pretty well all the way down. It's a little in here and a little out here. When you're doing any kind of body work, replacing panels, self-tapping screws are your friends, so you can just hold the stuff in place. Gonna go ahead and tack this in a place right here so we can tweak and adjust it, try and get it where it needs to be. We know this part right here is good. Burnt in there pretty good. Rocker and door line up pretty dang nice. Not too worried about this. It's not flush with the door, but once you get the full rocker, all that'll be attached. Uh-oh. Here's another worst enemy here. Better watch out.
He talked to his cuz.
We're gonna attempt to do these back rockers before making these patch panels. Got to get these doors off. The easiest way to seems to be to slide these pins out of these hinges. All right, so cutting off this rear rocker, gonna leave this inside just like we did the front for a reference point. This rocker panel here is the same exact as the front. They're extra long, so we'll be able to cut these down.
Cut all the bad out. We'll take that, cut off where we need it, flatten it out, and reform it right there.
So if you look here, this looks terrible. That's how it came from factory. So end up, since this is pretty solid here, gonna leave that there, then overlay it with the new rocker, and it'll be flush with this here. It'll look much better than it did from the factory actually. Instead of fixing or patching that rust hole there, I'm gonna actually use this rocker here, and we'll notch it out, cut there, and take that and give it that same curve there. Kept that there so we could fill the gap of that rocker raising. Should turn out pretty good there and save us a little bit of time. So the length we need is 26 1/4 to make it fit right where we cut out. Like whoop whoop whoop.
Gonna overlap here just a little bit. This is going to go cut right here on this edge, so it can go up underneath here. Roll up in there, weld it all around. Flatten this all out.
We're gonna hang a door on real quick, make sure that it's looking right with the rockers, and then if it's good, burn it all the way in and wrap this thing up. Both rockers are in on the passenger side. Still need to clean this up. We'll take the Flap Attack 3000 to it. But they are done. Well, not done, but they're in. And as you can see, looks pretty good. This door is a little wonky. It needs some work, but this is pretty level all the way throughout here, so we know we're good. This door needs to actually go in a little bit, and the hinges do have adjustments, so we'll be able to clear up that gap a little bit. Now I gotta move on the driver's side. We're not gonna show the full process on this one, just gonna get it done real quick. The front floor pans, got those pre-made, but this middle section will be made from scratch here. Shopping for doors here. These driver's doors, pretty rough. Looks like this is the one that's gonna be chosen. The reason for putting a different door on, this other one was super rotten. Trying to do those rockers, so you want a nice solid door that's not all floppy, so you can get your rocker in the right spot.
We're going to attempt to patch this step. We didn't realize it was this rotten before we ordered parts. X-Line does make these steps and they're complete. And what we're going to use, since we're always on a tight budget here, we use a section of the bottom of this old door here. Here's the piece that we cut out. You can see it's pretty toasty. We got a shrinker stretcher back there to make this curve right here. Pretty close. We still gotta put this bend right there in there too somehow.
All right, while Dad's working on that, gonna go ahead and get the plasma cutter, cut this thing out so we can get that ready to replace as well. Got that cut out there. Now we're gonna have to wrap this up here. Getting measurements, get this the right thickness so it matches up with here. Then it'll be ready to burn in. Just gonna burn down the side here and the bottom. The top will come after we get the floorboards in and tie it all together. Now, who would have ever thought that this was part of a first-gen Cummins door? Not I. Time to do this rocker real fast here. Simple as this. Boom! It's in there. Not really, not welded in. Still got to do this cab corner, so we're going to wait. But now, we're going to able to cut these floorboards out and get them replaced here. This is the driver's floor pan here. Getting a chalk outline of where we're going to have to cut for this edge here. We'll just cut here, punch the holes like we've been doing on here, then spot weld it to this, then weld up the top side, and the passenger side will be the same there. Doing some woodwork now. Gonna use this 2x6 here to brace up the cab, because when you're cutting these floors out, the cab mounts are on that, so we don't want the cab to drop and this truck to get out of line here. So we're gonna slide this in there, and that should keep it in a place for somewhat. Along the side here and the front, but down this here and a brace in the back, there's spot welds, so you're gonna have to drill those out to get this rest of this floor pan out. What we're doing right now, there's a box right here, and got to cut around it and see if we can pry that up off of there. Got the money's worth out of this cutoff wheel, budget built. And this right here is why stuff rusts out. All this gets in there, all it does is hold moisture. How rocks like this slide under the floor pans and get inside here? Not for sure, but
It wasn't even that rusty back there.
there's a lot of it.
You got a hole that size. I can see dirt and get up there, but not rocks.
Yeah, like, yep, that just don't work. Just like normal, punch holes across the pan here so we can spot weld it in there. Floor pan is gonna tuck under this lip here, and we gotta mark the pan where these brackets are so we can spot weld it to here. So we're gonna have to drill holes in the floor pan. So we're gonna bzz, 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 all the way down that as well. Tough spot, got it in place here. Gonna put some self-tapping screws to hold it in place. All right, I got the floor pan where it needs to be, so marking out where these brackets are now. And we'll be able to drill some holes in that so you can spot weld in those areas. Man, this thing was a rust bucket. Look at this. New, old, new, old. You can see these outlines here, so we'll be able to drill holes all through here. All the holes drilled, putting the screws back in the same exact spot as they were before. When you do that, your floor pan will be right where you wanted it and where you drilled your holes for and everything. And then we'll be able to burn it in here. This floor pan on the driver's side is burnt in here. Still got to do it where the cab mount goes, but we'll get to that in the future. This transmission tunnel, it's going to have to be made from scratch. This thing is toast. So we'll end up having to cut this out. This metal under where we spot welded is solid, but that will get replaced. This passenger side will be the same. Like I said at the beginning of this video, this center section will be made from scratch, and we think this is savable, this back part. This is probably 20-30 hours of work in this 30-minute video. So it was a lot, guys. I hope you guys enjoy the longer videos as well. Also, in the next video, we did find doors, rear doors for these crew cabs. They're so hard to find. Not gonna show you those quite yet, but in the next video, we'll get those doors mounted on here. Get this cab corner right. This is not down yet, because we want to get this door on here, make sure that it's lining up with the rocker nice, and then we'll cut this cab corner off and replace it with this bad boy right here. Getting closer to closer of getting it on this first gen Cummins chassis, guys. Can't wait to see it on there. Also, we got big wheels. I'm talking big wheels. They're about the size of my